somebody grab hold with your talons, spread wide with your wings, and get ready to take to the sky with some prey in your clutches. It's time for Here Be Dragons. Hi everybody, my name is Philip and I am the Dragon Master, and I am joined by some wonderful dragons. Roar hello, dragons.
Hello, dragons.
How are we all doing tonight?
Dragons.
Pretty good.
Other than heated by the marine layer burning off and the
Superheated.
warmed up oceans, making it very hot here in LA.
Yeah, it's pretty oppressive.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's all right.
Yeah.
You
It's
know.
supposed to get better, I guess, on Tuesday. So, thank
Cool.
small mercies. Well, it's so great to have everyone here. We were off last week because of the day of labor, and then Pierce, actually, you were gone the week before that.
Yes.
So you were not present for the sort of.
No, but I'm aware.
I mean, I will say, a lot of progress happened, largely because a ripcord was pulled sort of suddenly in a very good way. But our dragons, who had sort of ventured to a dangerous place to find some information about their foe, Iador, the Shadow Master of the Soul, went all the way down through the first shadow into the deep shadow, lit only by a little crystal that they were sort of using to kind of keep the shadow at bay and give themselves form. While doing so, they went down and they spoke to the Shadow Master of the Ages, a very upsetting sort of shadow creature thing who was very insulting to the dragons. But fortunately, our Buteros friends, Anna and Andrew, you guys could put your names. I should have caught that earlier.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the Shadow Master guy did not get my vision for
and was very rude
like
to
what my
both of you.
branding is.
Yes. But fortunately, the Buteros are kind of immune to, like,
Shame.
the shame that a normal person might have, or, like, it just kind of just goes off. They experience shame in a different, more destructive way, presumably. So the point is, our friends the Buteros, they were not mentally disturbed by this, but everyone began to sort of lose a little bit of their form and feel a little fuzzy in this place as these sort of shadowy tendrils went in. XigXag turned. Basically, XigXag and Buku are not present today, but they both did a big thing towards the end of last week. The dragons did find out the final shadow, the fourth shadow of the Shadow Master of the Soul. And Tongart, as you and all the rest were sort of not, perhaps you should have been like, oh yeah, it was there in the name all along. The final form is a soul itself, is a specter, a ghost. The Shadow Master of the Soul effectively took a large section of his soul out, Iador did, made it a shade. It is in the world of the dead. It is not stalking on the sort of planes of the material. It is in the afterlife. And in other words, the only way to kill it is to kill the ghost, because otherwise the other shadows can just form. So you have to not only destroy the giant, the dragon, and the humanoid forms, you must also destroy the soul itself in either simultaneously or in rather rapid succession. Having learned this and not wanting to stick around here forever, as the Shadow Master of the Ages was suggesting, that just become one with the shadow and just be here. XigXag said, let's move, and started guiding everyone else out, but Lord Buku... Oh, and Lord Buku was able to get out of the shadowy ooze because of that light, by the way, Tongart.
Oh,
that
good.
Light kind of gave more distinction, and his form was separate. So, you still don't have hands.
Okay, thank you. That was my next question.
We didn't deal with that so that's still a thing. However,
Cool.
as they tried to fly out, Lord Buku was like, forget it, and activated that amulet of interplanar travel to just get you guys out. You have the information, and chose a rather interesting spot. Chose to take you all the way back to session 3 of this game. Tonight is 63. That was session 3, so 60 sessions ago. Decided to take you all the way back to the cave and hoard of Hecatoline on the Isle of Moon Shadow in your former home plane of Wyrmloth. That is where you first hit out. You traveled there because there is a standing sort of teleportation circle within that, and that some of those like Duque
Where that shrine was, right?
The shrine of the Draconic entity is there as well, yes.
Yeah.
So you all have managed to go there, and you escaped, but like it was great because you saw Dimension, but you were like, haha, we're still in a cave. and you did see you saw your shadows cast on a wall, but then as you looked around, you didn't see yourselves or each other. You are still shadows on a cave wall because you did not go up the dimensional stalactite. So thus your form is still only shadow, albeit a different vibe. And I'll actually go ahead and describe sort of the method of this, which is you can look around, you can turn your head and see in all three dimensions, you can hear things fine, but you can't really feel anything. And your position is not where the shadow is. Like, if you move around the room, the shadow will move as if you were really there casting the shadow on the wall, but you are not present. So the shadow is kind of a elongated cast thing, and you can look at it or look away from it. There are times you can see yourself or not. It seems like you guys are invisible, but you are really immaterial, except some element of you is present and a shadow is being cast, but that invisible part of you is not there.
So we are not stuck on the wall.
You are not stuck in the wall. But
we are
you
not
can walk
physically present.
Yes, but the only sort of presence you have is the shadow. And that is where we're going to start off. I'm going to say, for convenience sake... Well, actually, wait. What are they bad at? No, he has a lot of dice in that. Oh, okay, he's not so good at this. Yeah, no matches, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna say that Lord Buku and... Actually, yeah, she's not great at this either.
But we should roll our luck, huh?
Oh, yes, why don't you guys roll your luck?
What is it, 3?
You roll 4d6, or 4d8. So sorry, we're back to d8s. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Don't you trick us now.
Back in this world, you do get d8s. How do we do?
I have 2 2s and 2 3s.
2 2s and 2 3s. You'll have 5 for tonight.
Just a pair of 2s?
Pair of 2s. You'll have 4 tonight.
Nope. No, nothing.
It's fine. Okay, well, you'll have 3. So 3, 4, 5 today. So with that, friends.
Did we also, while we're doing, like, did time pass at all last time?
For your shenanigans, some time passed. Yeah, like, probably an hour passed at some point. Everybody can regain. I'll say you can all regain a power, just like, we'll throw 1 power on just for kind of travel that we might not have accounted for. Oh, wow. Boy, did, Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Vanda asked me. I will honor this request because Vanda said, "Can we do this at the beginning of the next session?" And I said, "You can certainly request that then." Vanda. So I will say that upon arriving here, the shadows of Lord Buku and XigXag will both kind of like not collapse, but will both basically just kind of sit down. Haunch down as dragons do. I guess Lord Buku could actually sit, but they just both seem completely wiped. And XigXag will say, I think we should can we just like sleep for 2 days?
No, sleep is for the weak.
I do feel like there are some pressing concerns we might want to deal with.
Or the infirm, right? Like...
Well, yeah, I mean, if you are sort of sick, sleep is sort of the best medicine.
Oh,
no, I think thinking is better. Solving problems,
Yes, well, Lord Buku
I like word art when I'm tired. I like art, like just words that inspire me.
What do you like? Do you make like sculptures out of words or paintings?
I
out of words?
I like to sculpt words that are like cool words, like about living and maybe laughing and maybe loving.
Oh, I do like those 3 things: living, laughing, and loving.
Yeah, and then I tell my followers, and they're inspired because I'm so inspirational.
Well, that's how you treat your sicknesses. That's a fascinating
That's what makes me
prescription.
heal faster.
XigXag will say, "I'll be here if you need me," and just kind of sits down. That's
a pretty
That was a pretty
Vanda
good
accent.
Had Vanda in games for many years now. At this point, however, Lord Buku will sort of say, "Yes, it seems this hasn't quite gone. It seems that I did get us out safely, so that's good. But I think I also think resting might be good, although, yes, as you say, we are kind of in a new, we do have to resolve this current predicament, but it's better to be here without trouble than somewhere else, so, I think we're the right decisions were made, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
about
mean,
that.
I don't really love,
about
my.
that.
Can you rest while I get my camera angles back?
Well, see, I can't see you, but can
Oh,
you see me? Because
no.
a quick question. I mean, I can see in shadows. Can any of you tell if I have hands or not now that we're no longer
Oh.
there?
Oh, buddy, you don't.
I can't tell by just looking at your shadow
Yeah.
because your
No, they're
arms might
just
have been a little
stubs.
short.
Just no, it's like the end of a. No, it's just
Yeah.
like two corks.
That's sort of what I was concerned about.
Or
Tongart.
Yeah.
You say that and you're holding up sort of what is there, and suddenly, it's almost like a sensation, but not a thing. But the rest of you do watch as this kind of gooey kind of two hands kind of form out of Tongart's stumps, and they sort of jiggle for a second and then.
Quick
set in
question:
place.
Are they like Deadpool baby hands, or are they full on hands?
They're right sized.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. I'm gonna try another thing here. Hey, now that we're back here all, are we now visible?
If you also
Okay.
look around, you are sadly not visible.
I thought we could just ask for things and it would happen. Apparently
so
not.
if I look at my wing, do I see it or is it invisible to me?
If you turn your head to where your wing should be, it's not there, and you can flap your wing and you see the wing moving on the wall. And if you move away, the wing will move kind of with there is a dim light source coming from that shrine that we were talking about. There are blue and purple crystals growing from the stone in here, and there's a brightly lit chamber ahead. So this is not a dark space. But
and we're at that tomb, right?
You could go back to the horde of the Moonstone Dragon Hecatalina if you'd like.
Well,
Yeah, I would like to go. I mean, what was the reason we didn't take from the horde? Just because it was just etiquette?
I
It
suppose
was the cursed stuff.
Lord Buku will say, well, that's why those shadow things kind of chased after us.
That's right.
it was.
Well,
it
now
was
we're the
cursed and
shadow
protect-
things.
It was sort of cursed and protected.
That is a good point. Yes, we are now the shadow things.
Also, I didn't know that we had anywhere to really put it all. At
I
that
wanna-
point in time.
Trick Elon into speaking to me by accident.
Okay.
You can't just say that out loud. You can't just say that out loud. Tell my sister that
He did it.
just.
See, he did it.
I think
He
you just
did
did,
it.
man. I think it just worked, my friend.
I'm gonna walk away.
So, we're
It's the
here.
first step in healing.
We're exhausted. We're shadows. Well, we're not shadows. We're invisible, except for our shadows.
No, I think this is just another bad move by Lord Buku Bazan. Classic Buku bad move Bazan.
Well, I mean, be fair to Buku, us shifting out of one dimension into another, up until now, has been sort of like a flawless solution to our problems.
I was
to,
gonna. I
run
had
away to
more-
another world.
Yeah, I had more
Nothing
stuff
bad
to
has
talk
come
to
from
that
it at
guy
all.
about. It just wasn't really just. It's fine. No, that's
Do we need
fine.
to see a healer? Can someone heal us or?
I mean, I can actually. That's a great question. Can I? I don't. Do we have medicine in this game? Let me look.
Yeah.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, you can, and you
Although
can.
if,
Or is it? What would you? Is this like?
I mean, you can cast healing spells to try to restore people's power if you want to. You've often done that for injury. You more do that for conditions, but you can kind of boost people's power a little from kind of rejuvenate them.
although I will say I like
I
that it
could use
adds
that.
to my mystique if I want to be a deity.
It is true. I mean,
It's not gonna happen.
If you're
Oh,
only
talk
like
to me
heard and not
again.
seen. Yeah, if you're like only heard and not seen, that sort of feels how gods often speak to their worshippers.
It's kind of. It's basically yeah. Well, that's basically what Our parents always told us.
Yeah.
We're very familiar with that. Well, I mean, but also
I have a feeling that was like,
just without the seeing part, you know.
or probably
Yeah.
the hearing part. I imagine.
Well, that
We
goes
didn't-
without saying.
We
I
didn't see
think
our
they wanted to
parents
be
that
like-
often either. They did a lot of entertaining, and they were very involved in society.
Just a
Oh
quick
yeah, we were
question.
locked upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah, I just have a question, just out of curiosity. Does the word, does like a Milford Academy mean anything to you all? Is that anything that like your parents would have sent you to?
No, well,
the
no.
Milford Academy, where young wormlings should be neither seen nor heard.
Yeah.
You can always tell a Milford man, or a Milford bomb. Lord Buku and XigXag are going to like they will sort of, just to convey this sort of situation. If you guys say like we need to get out of here, we need to travel somewhere else, etc. Like they'll follow along with that. But for now, they really are both tired, and Lord Buku doesn't even have the energy to argue with Elon. And he really would he will probably refute the nickname Buku bad idea Bazan, but
bad idea, Bazan.
he really can't, he really cannot he
Bad brain, Bazan.
bad brain.
You should write a
Oof.
song about it.
But he really cannot
Yeah.
at this point. He can't even like get too deep into arguing that.
No, of
So
course
yes,
he can't.
So yeah, what?
And it's so typical too. Like, oh hey, let's teleport away where we lose our corporeal form, and then I'm really tired. Oh, typical.
If I like grab onto my arm, do I feel it?
Nope, nothing. If you guys
So you
try to
just-
like, if you walk through where each other should be, nothing. You are just shadows being cast. This is some real like. I'm gonna use this again because I said this last time, Pierce. You weren't here for the specific. This is some real Peter Pan energy.
That's what I was thinking.
It's Peter
This-
Pan
this-
minus Peter Pan. So the shadow's hanging out,
Yeah.
and you want Wendy to use soap or sew your shadow back on or something.
Yeah,
Right.
this felt like Peter Pan, or I think it was is Men in Tights, where the sword fight happens in the shadows, and they walk it.
No, that's Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Dracula Dead loving it. Thank you.
I recently watched that because YouTube told me it was there, and I said, well, I guess, all right. Boy, was that a weird time. I did such a bad diversion. I laughed genuinely at one joke early on, where Peter McNichol, who's playing Renfield,
Yeah.
he gets out of a carriage and says, no, they say you can't leave the village after sundown, and he goes, no, but I'm scheduled to meet with Lord Dracula. And the villagers go, Dracula? Scheduled? And I just really thought that
Yeah,
was, I was like, that's
It's a good joke.
solid.
I remember that
Mel.
joke.
Mel, that is solid.
All right. Well, let me try at least to see if there's something I can do here. To like restore our forms. I guess what would how much power would it be to try to effectively do like a restoration effect?
Greater
on
Restoration's a 5th level spell, right?
Yeah.
We'll do 5 power then.
Okay. I will spend 5 power to see if I can bring Shishu's presence back.
Presence back. You cast the spell, and I will say that Shishu, though you do actually experience a wave of kind of,
I'm gonna meditate.
yeah, you definitely feel sort of like even
Well,
in your
first of all, I have to direct her. I'm like, Shishu,
Mhm.
I think if you could just stand like right up against your shadow, right up against the wall. so
Okay,
I
you
know
have
where
to
you
trust
are.
that I'm doing that because you can't see me.
Yeah, it's a real
Okay.
trust exercise, but it really only benefits you to do as you're told here, because otherwise any magic will just miss you and have no effect.
Trust fall into my shadow.
Yeah, exactly. See, I think right now, Shishu, you don't need to trust me, you need to trust yourself.
Oh, I
Shish-
do.
Oh god, Shishu, if you trust fall into your shadow, give me an acrobatics roll. It's under coordination.
Okay. Trust fall into my shadow. Oh, 5. Okay. This might be okay.
Yeah, you might be right here.
Oh, nope. Oh, a single, in coinage.
A pair in coinage. I'll say that you
Security.
You are not. Yeah, since it's security and it's you don't wind up exactly where you are. So Tongar, what you see is a shadow like beginning to sort of fall back, and then like spin weirdly, and like then two wings like splay out against the wall as Shishu has actually put a shadow against the wall. And also like the shadow itself kind of, this is like the sort of shortest the shadow has been. You know, your shadows often are kind of elongated on the cave walls, you know, depending on how far you are from the light source, but now that you're right against this sort of screen, the shadow is is more sort of formed. So yes, you think you can direct the spell, and if you do that and spend the 5 power, Shishu, you experience a sort of general sensation of wellness. You know, a thing I assume you're all about for branding. If you have any conditions of like, I don't think you have anything that this would actually affect, but you feel like a clarity of mind in this moment. But
maybe you should have cast that when she decided to betray me.
And for a split second, Shishu doesn't care what anyone thinks of her.
There you go. Boy, what does that feel like?
And the irony, can you see me? Because I don't care if you can.
Unfortunately, however, Tongart, you cannot see her. It seems that being non-corporeal is not a condition that a restoration spell like this can.
Thought as much.
Thanks for trying.
Yeah, no problem, Shishu. I'm just sorry we're still sort of stuck in this predicament. But you know what? I think clearly XigXag and Buku are sort of out of commission right now. And I just feel like there's maybe a lot of tension going on within the group.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I just feel maybe we should just, like sit down, have a little I wish I knew a less insensitive way to say powwow. But just a little
What's insensitive? What are you talking about?
I don't worry about it, Lana. It's not here nor there as far as you're concerned. But just have a little sit down talk, just see what we should do, what's going on, how we're all feeling. Like for me, I feel great to have my hands back. Sad that all my fritters were taken as penance for your murder earlier. But it's okay. I can always get more fritters.
Yeah. We moved past that, buddy.
But I'm just
you're living in the past. I think you should be looking to the future.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do here. I feel like we're all sort of a little stuck with something that's happened in the past to us, and maybe if we just acknowledge that, I don't
have a past. Yeah, well, that works for people that have pasts.
You don't have a past, Alon?
No, I live in the present.
He lives in the moment.
I don't have a past.
Yeah, every moment I'm living every moment purely just in one flow state.
Well, I'm
just at a peak performance.
I'm just gonna ask you a question here, just because I'm trying to understand how something works. Just a logic thing,
Yeah.
If you don't have a past,
Mm-hmm.
how can you have any wealth or power? Because that's all built on stuff that happened in the past.
No, it's all everything I do, I create myself in a moment.
Right, but then it's gone, right? Because you don't have the past.
No, it continues.
But
every moment is every. I know this is hard to understand, so let me break it down.
It really is. I'm trying to figure it out.
So okay, every moment you exist, and then that moment, now I'm in the present again. See, happens again, and then again, and therefore, I just continue having all the things that I've accumulated already.
So, I'm aware how the concept of time works. What I'm unaware of is,
well, it doesn't seem like you are.
If you unmoor yourself from time, and say that you have.
I'm
no
just
past
not bound by that. No,
future.
I'm just saying you shouldn't be bound by it. No, the future's fine. Past is useless. Oh. You have a long way to become a disruptor, Tongart, but I think you're gonna get there.
I appreciate your faith in me, Alon.
Oh my god.
I'm just sort of trying to. I just feel like I guess from my point of view, if I may, that if we don't acknowledge our past, we sort of find ourselves there over and over again.
I guess.
Because you can't see where you came from.
That's like impossible.
So you wind up back there. Let me just ask you a quick question between
Okay.
us.
I'll tell you. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Like for example, no, you know what? That makes a lot of sense, Tonga. That makes a lot of sense, right? Like for example, if your sister betrays you, fundamentally, you shouldn't let that go, right? That becomes a fundamental piece of who you are and who you will always be. Yeah, that sounds great.
You know what's also fundamental is getting your definitions correct. Betrayal is not what happened. Protection is what happened. Saving you from yourself again.
Classic nanny. No, classic nanny state. Just like ridiculous.
Well, just let me ask a question because we're kind of talking about like past
non-betrayals. Go ahead.
And writing back there.
Sorry, I misspoke. Tonga, I misspoke back there. I'm sorry. I just want to clarify. Former sister.
Well,
that's not even possible.
All right. Well, I guess what do you feel, Alon? You were betrayed.
Well,
Is it just that Shishu did it to you, or is it? I'm just trying to figure out because I don't know what the betrayal exactly was. I've been around.
Oh.
And I just want to see what it is. Why you feel like
you
were betrayed.
I made a play. To make a bold move. I asked for help, and then instead of helping, my former sister prevented me.
For help. You only asked for help from your stupid weapon. You didn't ask for help from me.
You can tell my sister, my former sister, that I did ask for help. I said, hey, I'm gonna eat this guy. Well, or like, I need to stab this guy. You can just eat him. And instead of just eating him, she stopped me from doing it. And it wouldn't have been a big deal. It wouldn't have been a big deal. We would have gone, it would have been just totally fine. We would have gone forward. I would still have this cool, sick sword. I would feel good about myself. I wouldn't have any self-doubt. I would be able to fall asleep at night. My parents would love me. Everything would be hunky-dory, but my sister chose. My former sister chose a different path.
If you could tell my current brother that he's addicted to this sword and we're going to have to take him to a rehabilitation center like we've done many times in the present to get him unaddicted to this sword.
All right, so...
He will not create a new reality until he's unaddicted to this sword.
A couple things I might just say here. I think I understand what you're both saying. I hear you both. Let's start there. And I don't want to completely disagree with you a lot. But I will say, I don't know that had you stabbed that elf as you did, and then Shishu ate that elf as she didn't, I don't know that would have solved the problems because we've never gotten away with anything in the Shadow Realm with the Shadow Elves. They have kind of been pissed at us for everything we've done, and we haven't really gotten one over on them. So I don't know that we would have. I don't know that we would have gotten away with it. Is what I'm saying. I feel like they would have known, and maybe things would have been worse for us. But
yeah, I hear you, Tongard.
I understand that you have this powerful sword with you. That's a powerful influence on you.
You don't. It is they.
No, I know. But, I know that that's a powerful influence.
No, I hear you. I hear you, buddy. I just don't think that you should really limit yourself like that. Okay, like just because some of us have gotten caught in the past doesn't mean that all of us will get caught in the future. See how that works? See?
No, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't argue
that's how
with
that works.
I can't argue with that. Not everyone gets caught every time. That is true.
Yeah.
And I understand that you're kind of saying in a weird way that you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And I understand that. And that is true.
Nothing weird about it, but yeah, sure.
But I guess what I'm just trying to say is, like, I feel like you just, you know, every time now and then we make decisions based off of bad information, right? And that doesn't necessarily make us.
I mean,
you know,
some people do. Okay, that's fine. I can accept that happens to some people.
Yeah, like that. Sometimes you're given bad information by a source that you trust, that hasn't led you astray so far, and they give you bad information, and so you make a decision, and you're not bad for having made that decision, but because you made the decision based off of information that was bad,
right?
It's not necessarily the best decision that could have made in that situation, right? So that could happen. Right. And sometimes people can then see that, and they're trying to help you after the fact, but it can feel like an attack because you're operating off information that was inaccurate to start with.
You
know,
I mean, I could. Yeah, no, I could see how that could happen, you know, to people. The unfortunate thing is, like, I just have the information now. Like, that's just me that has the information, so I don't need to worry about that as much, right? I am lodestone, okay, right? I am a northern light, a compass point, right? I am a bright and shining beacon of direction, unwavering in the darkness. And I think the only issue is when people don't, you know, what happens is people get in the forest and they ignore the compass that's in front of them. They look at a rinky-dink sort of, you know, they listen to their sister, you know, or something. They get led astray, and then they get lost.
Why didn't you eat the elf? Then why didn't you eat the elf?
I tried to. I was trying to do it, and I was stopped. I had to finish the job. I'm not going to bite him while.
Time. You didn't do it in time, and you don't take responsibility for being too slow.
Gosh.
Do you? Full accountability.
Well, Shishu, I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Because we're just sort of exploring reasons here, right? Why people did things. I understand Alon thought he was acting in a certain way and he was working with this sword, and I understand that aspect of it.
He's still addicted to, even though he doesn't even have it in his possession, okay.
But why did you not go along with Alon's plan? You usually support him.
I don't always feel like murdering.
Thank you. You see, and this is what it comes down to. We have lost our way. We have ever since we changed ourselves, we have completely and utterly, we are unmoored. We have lost our way, and we don't know what we're even doing anymore. We're shadows of who we once were. Literally, shadows.
I mean, that is sort of inarguable at the moment, the shadow part of it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's right.
I feel like I've become more myself since we've changed. I don't feel like you've lost yourself a lot. I feel like in a lot of ways you've sort of doubled down on who you've always been. Again, I think that what we did it's
not the same. It's just not the same.
And I guess my question to you, Alon, is, from what I've witnessed in our time together, at this point, I feel like it's been eternity, but probably has only been roughly 3 months of time together.
It feels like years.
I've always watched your sister support you, but I just wonder, like, do you always support Shishu? Because I feel like, for instance, like, I don't know that you were ever really sold on the deity aspect of things.
I was 100% on board with the deity and was helping that, you know.
Deity didn't involve killing somebody while we were visiting someone.
Yeah, but if it had, I would have, you know, if we needed to make a sacrifice.
You can't speak in hypotheticals. You said that. You taught me that. You can't speak in hypotheticals.
would have happened. I would have done it. It's not hypothetical if you know what you would have done. Yeah, it's not hypothetical. I know that if time came around, we had to it's time to sacrifice some people to prove that that Shishu's a god. Then yeah, wouldn't have been a problem. Wouldn't have stopped. Wouldn't have gone. Wouldn't have done a half measure.
So
Nope.
the whole reason you're upset with me is that I didn't enable you to do murder when you wanted to do it.
Congar, you can tell my sister that the whole reason that I'm angry at her is because when I needed her, she stopped me. She betrayed me. It's simple. It's cut and dry, black and white.
Well, there is another way to look at this. Allow. Because,
Okay.
and I know I'm running the risk of saying something here that is really going to further upset you. But
I don't have emotions, so I like.
Had
You have
Shishu,
You have anger.
had Shishu supported you in the way that you had hoped,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that the rest of us would have.
Well, that's not what we're talking about, though.
And I think we would have been put into a situation where the punishment might have been much more severe and directed at you or at all of us and given us a choice. I could imagine a world, only because we've sort of been put there before, that we would have had to sort of offer you up in order to save the rest of us. And as you know, dragons are innately selfish, right, Alon?
Well, not
And we
this
would have all
dragon.
chosen ourselves over you. So in a way, my friend, I just want you to kind of entertain the possibility. Just if you can, because I know you're an imaginative guy. I know you can see multiple things. You can, right?
Mm-hmm.
That there is a version of this event where Shishu was helping you, saving you in a way that you didn't intend or didn't expect, but ultimately leads you in a better place when you sat there. When you're kind of like trying to invent one thing and you accidentally invent another thing, but that's like a sort of a surprise that you weren't planning on, but it's better. Like Velcro.
Okay. I mean, you got some weird.
I'm going to go into the horde room and see
analogies?
if I can steal something and enrich myself. That's the only way I'm going to feel better.
I think Lord Buka will say, I suggest not doing. Shadow monsters can still come after us, so I wouldn't.
Okay, I won't steal anything. I just need to sit by riches.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I think that what it sounds like to me is that you denied me the opportunity to be a martyr. Really, sounds like. So, I get it though. I mean, not every dragon is built like this, like I am. I mean, I would have done, what the group needed. I thought we were a group, but clearly we're not. Clearly, as you just said, we are all in it for ourselves.
What the fuck?
So
Elon is the best gaslighter.
it's unreal.
Oh my god.
So
You know what?
as you
You know what, current
yourself
brother?
have proved, we can't. Yeah.
You know what, Ellen? Current brother, you're amazing. You're right. I should have helped you to murder that elf.
Yeah.
I betrayed you. And I know you don't feel pain, but you probably feel a lot of pain right now.
Yeah.
I should never have done that. And when we get out of here and we're corporeal, or however you say that dumb word.
Mm-hmm. It's a dumb word.
We're gonna go get you that sword back, and we're gonna murder whatever you need to murder.
I don't need to murder. No, I don't need to. It's fine. I don't need that. I don't need the sword. Stupid anyway. But
you are a disruptor at your core. And you need to be supported in your disruption.
It's just really nice to hear that you're right.
I'm not right. You're right.
I know. No, that's what I'm talking about myself.
Oh, okay. I got it now.
Yeah. It really makes one emotional. 'Cause yeah. It's a heavy burden being correct always. And
if you could see Shishu's face, she would be giving the most giant eye roll, so it's really good that we are not.
It's very good. You guys are only shadows. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt this moment because
no, we're good. We just resolved it. We're fine. We squashed it. We're good.
yeah, we're fine.
I just will say that I feel like I understand the terrorist family dynamic in a way I haven't understood before, and it really is something quite remarkable.
You mean the dynamic that my brother's amazing and he's a disruptor?
Yeah.
That is what has been declared.
Don't do that again. You just gotta roll with it. Like we could have. It would have been.
Do what again? The thing that will never be mentioned ever again.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We're in the present, right? It's just, let's go. Let's do this. Let's get corporeal. I feel like I think maybe we should just change it around. Corporeal feels too fussy. Like, let's get thick.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, I'm on board. Why not? I think.
You want some apples, buddy?
Always, honestly, but I can't eat them right now.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
So I think maybe
what's going on with those? So yeah, like your claws, buddy, are it's horrible.
Yeah, I mean they are still weirdly slimy. I can see them dripping in my shadow. Is the only reason I know that. But
Tongard, actually, you know what? Let's do a quick let's do an analyze on that.
Does it need to cure and get?
Should they?
It's like resin.
Yeah.
I think that you should do a
analyze.
Analyze. That's the best option for this.
Pair of gemstone.
Based on things you may have done or eaten while you were in the thing.
Oh right.
Your hands seem oozy. It seems like the shadows seem oozy.
I think maybe what we're dealing with here is a bit of side effect of me consuming that ooze. That might be part ooze now. But unsure. I think we'll need a little more time to see what happens with that. I would have figured the sort of like liquid magma that runs within me would have sort of burned that away, but hey, who knows? But I wonder if this means like I can regenerate things now. That might be interesting. I don't really want to put that to the test right now. I'd at least like to have a body again before we start testing that out. But I think maybe we all just take a little now that we've sort of effectively squashed whatever beefs we were carrying along with us. We made sausages. I think we can take a little snooze, and then the three of us can solve this problem. Because I feel like Buku and XigXag, they look like they're in a deep slumber. And so
no,
I think
I've heard every word. I'm just trying to forget what I've heard. Me too.
But I think, and maybe we can ask the shrine. Maybe we can figure out how to get back. I don't know if we have to go back. In the words of Great Pro, get back to where we once belong, and climb up out of the shadows a different way. But it feels like if we became shadows and then we left a shadow place and we were still shadows, we probably have to go back to the shadow place. Because I feel like we could ask the shadow elves about it, but I feel like we should never go back there again because they specifically told us to never go back there again. And to go back there after they told us to never go back there again and ask them for help feels like, one, a fool's errand, and two, a very bad idea.
No, I agree.
So I feel like we got to go back to like the depths of shadows. Or, I mean, it's a crazy idea. We do have like, I don't know, 12 wishes.
Oh.
7 at this point. But
Well, also, we don't have
Lagok's got
we don't
2
have
of
our-
them.
yeah, we don't have Lagok, right?
She has
Lagok's
2
back,
of them, but each of you
But-
has 1.
but Lagok didn't come with us to the Shadow Realm, right?
Lagok was in the. Lagok did not go to you with you to the first shadow. Lagok is still in the court of the Umbral Queen. Although she's not. You don't know where Lagok is.
Yeah, but she did not come with us to that realm.
No, she did not.
So we only have our innate wishes. We don't have the wishes that were on the blade, unless I don't remember if we moved one into Buku's ring or not. But
I think so.
so we would have to. One of us would, in theory, have to give up our wish. But I imagine that would be a powerful enough thing to sort of restore all of us. If that's a sacrifice we're willing to make. It doesn't seem as it's as important to gather up those wishes now that we're operating on a different plan in terms of dealing with our domain-size dragon. But I don't know. What do you two feel like? You're the ones who drive us forward.
I
I don't know,
mean,
what do you...
I'm not like super okay with like doing stuff for the greater good. But I guess if it's going to benefit me, I'd consider giving up my wish.
It's not really necessarily the greater good. It's more just like the present good, I guess. So you can feel a little bit better about that, I guess.
I feel like we should try, before we waste these precious resources, see if we can get someone to fix us. Does someone have a way of contacting Lagok? Because I feel like Lagok is good when we don't know what quite to do.
You in fact, I think you could cast like a sending spell to Lagok. You could spend 3 power. And
I don't really have any power, so I'm at like 7 power.
Yeah. You could also you could rest instead.
Yeah, we could take a. Yeah, I mean, if we could also rest, recover a bit, and then you and I would both have a lot more of our own energy to sort of expend on any sort of magics we might need.
Can we rest in the treasure room?
Yeah, I think as long as we don't try to take any of it, we should be fine. I think we did before, right?
It's kind of
You
want to
typically actually would
vibe it.
you would typically rest here in this kind of set off section of the cave where the teleportation circle is, where the sort of entrance to the shrine is. But you certainly can. I will say you dragons are less pulled to just steal stuff now, so it is a
I
lot
just like to be
safer
near
for you.
it.
Are we though? Are we?
You're less pulled to. You still might, but you're less you're less compelled outside of yourself.
It is a choice, not a compulsion now, right?
Well, yeah, if you guys go ahead.
And well, I can't imagine that the Bateros would feel more comfortable laying amongst wealth, so I imagine we can take that risk. I feel fine with that. Also, we're not really there, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you walk in there, you find your shadows now being cast upon the very beautiful Tomb Hoard, which, if you'll recall, has a massive mural that depicts an entrancing and mysterious vista in the Feywild, one that you then went to and trained at, if you recall.
Oh, right.
With that sort of strange 6-armed merciless Fey creature, where you trained with her. in the altitudinous overlook with Ophisoria.
That's right.
That. You also see the piles of fairy gold, the large corpse, the preserved corpse of Hecatoline, this moonstone dragon still dreaming. And you also see the huge library with all those bookshelves of dream journals, and then a crystal case on top that is empty because those hags stole the tome of the Phoenix, which you then got back from them and then subsequently gave. So the centerpiece of this hoard is empty. Would all of you give me, under your will, a detect vibe roll?
Nice.
Oh. I guess. I mean, I'm more of like, I set the vibe. I don't really detect a vibe.
Why detect the vibe when you're the one setting it?
Yeah.
It is remarkable.
Okay. So that's no matches for Shishu. Elon, how'd we do? I'm going
What's the roll on straights again?
If all of your dice form an actual straight, it's a free reroll.
Gotcha. Okay. Pair of fives.
Pair of fives. Okay.
Tongard. I'm gonna go ahead and spend 3 power to reroll because that is a ludicrously bad roll.
No matches, despite isn't this your like? You have like
it's not my best thing, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not read person, but you do have 6 dice. Okay.
Yeah.
No matches and no reroll on 6 is some.
Yeah, it was 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 1.
Yep, there you go. That's what you need.
Oh, there we go. That's at least something. Let's do. That's a secondary success in artwork.
Okay. Shishu, you walk in and you're like, oh my god, it's pretty.
No, Philip. That is a lie.
Oh.
It looked like 2 1s. It was a 1 and a 7.
So you have no matches.
In theory, yes. Although it looks like I maybe only rolled 5 dice.
Huh.
I can't find the other. Oh wait, sorry. There it is. There's the other. No, I do have a match. Pair of coinage.
Coinage. All right. I would say then that Tongard and Elon, yeah, and security and knowledge, actually, these would really both apply. You both feel this room seems a little off. Shishu doesn't seem to notice it. XigXag and Lord Buku are already collapsing. But both Tongard and Elon feel like the vibe in here is not great. There is a sort of like, whether it's a feng shui, with like just like something is off here. You both sense that.
I wonder, how did we commune with her again? We spoke with her.
A few of you spoke with her. It involved I think you spoke with her in dream.
Yeah, we like went through the shrine, right?
I think you went through the shrine and talked to her.
Oh, and there was that water in there.
Yeah, there's like a little well thing, and actually you guys can more easily access that. Last time, only Lord Buku could kind of do that on your behalf because he was the only one small enough, and then later Tongard like stuck his whole head in and kind of filled up the shrine. Since you guys can now, shift into smaller.
I'd like to do that. Maybe she has some idea around the shadow thing, dreams. It seems like it's kind of all related. It's thematic.
Sure.
It's like, yeah.
All right. So Elon, you're gonna turn into.
It's like how if you're like good at HR, you're also probably good at marketing.
Wow. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
And like secretary work.
Yeah, it all goes together. You probably You're a caretaker. So Elon.
Wait, I can't. It's the worst.
Yeah. Secretaries make great babysitters. Okay, so Elon, if you will,
yeah, that's the whole vibe.
If you change into a 6 foot tall human who likes mayonnaise, and that's your humanoid form, right?
Yeah.
Well, here's the question: is like because I don't have any thickness, can I just slide right in?
Actually, that's an interesting question. you can, I suppose, kind of try to line yourself up to project the shadow. Yeah, go ahead and give me a calculate to position yourself right, so that your light is sort of shining into that area.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see how this goes. What is that even under? I don't even know where that is.
Oh, you know what? No. For you, you can do your way, but you'd be better at compose create, right? Than
compose
under will.
Yes, compose create.
You can kind of more visually do it rather than
yeah.
That's fine.
Also, like, would this also be like disrupting? Like, this is sort of like disrupting the way that you would normally get in.
Sure, this is disrupting the way you'd normally go. Yeah, you're gonna get in through shadow. That's fine.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to get enough dice. Here we go. All right, big money, no whammies.
Okay.
Oh man, that's okay. So 888.
Oh.
Triple weapon, double gemstone.
Triple weapon, double gemstone. Yeah, sure. I would. Yeah, you could just go with your triple weapon there. The double gemstone kind of means it also looks kind of good. But yeah, you are able to sort of project yourself in there, and you find yourself in this strange little shrine. There is, it's not all that big. There is an altar with a, sort of, like, it has a wishing well shape on it, and there's this ephemeral substance that's coming out of that wishing well. It goes in and out all at once. It's like, it's not really a liquid, but it's kind of, you can tell just from your own magical acumen that it is.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Very good.
I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
If you move your shadow into that substance, you feel a stormy, unhappy, dissatisfied, restless energy. It is a much more explicit and intense version of that kind of mild something's off you're feeling when you were in the chamber once you moved in, that you and Tongar both felt like the vibe is off here. Would you give me another detect vibe, actually?
Okay.
Also under your will.
Craft home.
You suspect that based on what, Bad Brain Bazan had previously said, that from his time here previously, that this is how he communicated with Hecatoline, that Hecatoline's dream, because Hecatoline dreams while dead as kind of this master dream dragon, that her dream has turned unpleasant and is on the border of a nightmare. And in fact, the tint of sort of roiling storms in the distance has a purplish color, not dissimilar from the one of the dream of the Dreadlands that you were all trapped in. Not so much that you think you would get caught in it necessarily, but it is more that this place, because that tome is gone, because the horde has been disrupted, and because Hecatoline is under the same curse that, that you used to be, under, Hecatoline is very unhappy.
I'd like to try to communicate with Hecatoline and try maybe wait, do we have it?
No, you gave it. You traded it to the Shadow Elves because it had become.
Did I know? I don't remember if I knew. Like, my character remembered. Is that something that Bazan did? That
no, you all knew. You eventually knew that Bazan made that deal with the hags. But then the hags decided to steal it of their own accord. Then they brought it to you. Then the shadow monster fought you. Eventually the tome was infused with the shadow monster, and then you traded it to the Shadow Elves. That's when you got your Helm of Telepathy. I think came from that. Like you got various things in exchange. At the end, that's where Franklin came from. You got a bunch of stuff from them in exchange for this, or maybe not. You got a few things. Some of these, I am a little confused about what came from the Bill Bluster. And
from
what came
Bill
from
Bluster.
Them, was the point?
Yeah,
is
that was a time where I refused to let it
All right,
go.
I want to see. I just want to like do. Let's sort of let's have a initial meeting here.
Kind of try
a little,
talk.
just like I want to like see if we can come to a mutual understanding.
Let's do a charm
maybe
roll.
maybe we could help her, and especially given that we know what's going on, we could figure out this how to cure our form, and then figure out how to get this stuff back.
Absolutely.
All right. Man, I am not rolling great. I mean,
if you wanted to...
another pair of tome, another pair of gemstone. Pair of gemstone.
Pair of gemstone. Okay. Are you going to keep it there? Or do you want to re-roll? You suspect you might need a little more, but you can also.
Okay, well I have a pair of tome as well, but
we have a pair of tome.
Yeah.
Which would you like to go with?
Let's do tome.
Okay. Throw a luck roll on this for me.
Okay.
So that's just four dice for you, 3 dice, or how many dice for you?
No, nothing.
Okay. I'm gonna do a luck roll of my own because of shenanigans. Okay, that's actually okay. That's funny. All right. So Elon, you sort of reach out. What do you start saying?
I get the feeling that you're not super happy here, and I understand that. I'm also, sort of dissatisfied with the situation. There's been a lot of changes that have been happening. A lot of, new paradigms. And I'm hoping that maybe, I could help you, and you could help us.
Okay, you know what? We're just going with this because that's interesting. Because I rolled very, very high on my luck as well. A different luck happened. Elon, the chamber that you're in, or the vision that you're sort of seeing in shadow, becomes a little more like crystalline and shiny. And suddenly you hear this voice saying, "Oh, new paradigms. There's you have new paradigms. There's who is this? What is You've contacted me. Yes, this is you're coming from this is a location in the Wishworld cluster. Is that correct? I can feel you through the plane. You are in the Wishworld cluster. Is that where you are?
Do I have any idea what?
Never heard the voice.
Do I know what the Wishworld cluster is?
Oh, do you have any knowledge of the arcane magical stuff?
Yeah, sure.
You certainly know Wishworld is Mondeville. That's the name of that plane that you've been on. You have Wyrmloth history, Wyrmloth culture. Yeah, do an analyze. But you can throw your. I guess.
I feel like? Okay, how much did Buku talk about his experience in here?
He said he spoke to Hecatoline.
Did he talk about what she was like? Her vibe was.
This is not her vibe. However, did Tongart talk about his experience? Is a question I have. Tongart, did you talk about what happened when you stuck your head in, or do you think this is 59 sessions ago? Do you think
I would say based off of my general disposition and openness, probably.
Okay. You know that Tongart said that when he went in here, he talked to somebody else. It was like a wizard. Elon, you know enough to understand the idea of contact other plane or spells where mages and people will just reach out across the cosmos. So you.
Oh, yeah, no, I think
someone else.
Oh yeah, I think that this might be the wrong number. I think that you might.
Understood. You are.
Yeah, who's this?
My name is Henry Lovestone. What is your name?
My name is Elon Buteros. Good to meet you. Henry.
Oh my
what
God.
are you doing, buddy?
Well, currently trying to prevent. You have reached. I believe that you're contacting me through a draconic shrine. Is that correct?
I don't know, bud. Like, you're saying a lot of words that don't make a ton of sense, but yeah, I'm down with the Dramonics.
All right, and we are conversing in draconic. I'll take it you are a dragon. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Are you am I? Oh, hold on. And you're not really hearing anything. It's a telepathic thing, but you basically get the telepathic equivalent of like some like notes being like papers like. Oh, are you in Wyrmloth?
Buddy, you're asking a lot of questions.
I'm simply trying to ascertain. You said you needed help. You said you could help
well,
me.
I'm sorry. Like, what? You never mentioned what you were doing.
Oh well, I'm sort of quite frankly, I'm managing a lot of issues right now. I don't know if you're familiar with trying to sort of organizational awareness and trying to sort of get various people sort of to do things. Are you in a leadership position, Elon Buteros? Do you have any management experience?
Oh, buddy, come on.
Because
of course I do.
I've put together one team, Mr. Buteros, who are attempting to sort of save elements of the multiverse and sort of the dreamlands from Elon Buteros. Has the name Nightmare Rider crossed your efforts at all when whatever you're doing in Wyrmloth?
Name doesn't sound familiar. Right, name doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, that's fine.
No.
That's sort of good news. What about anything with a weird little doll? Anything with a weird little doll with red hair?
Okay, so
Maisie?
What's that about?
Yes, it's a sort of a multiversal entity that is sort of trying to sort of gain followers. You've seen a little red haired doll with purple dresses. Have you seen that?
So this is like Dreadland stuff you're talking about.
Oh yes. So you're familiar with the Dreadlands? Have you ever ventured to
Yes. You're asking again, buddy. You're asking a lot of questions.
I
and not
am.
giving a lot of return.
I'm trying to
I feel like you
understand.
need to be a little bit more forthcoming here.
No, that's
like
fine.
This is a two-way street here.
You know what, Mr. Buteros? I appreciate that, and you're correct. I'm right now. I've sort of just stumbled upon your attempt to contact another plane through the Dreaming Shrine, and I'm sort of just replying. Yes, I am attempting to sort of stave off incursions from sort of horrific entities, whether from the Dreadlands or connected to them, to protect sort of the Dreamlands themselves, and sort of managing multiple teams on different missions.
And do you work for someone else? Is that
no?
like,
I'm sort of overseeing my own.
You're like an independent contractor, like a large organization.
Think of me as a sort of gentleman of leisure who was able to sort of hire individuals to go and sort of do whatever I wish them to do. Or
okay.
Well, not what I wish them to do, because they wind up doing very strange. Never mind, that's not the point, Mr. Buteros. What is it you needed help with?
Don't know if it's in your wheelhouse, buddy.
There's many things that are not.
We're just we're a little bit in a sticky situation around we're kind of two-dimensional shadows right now, and I'm trying to rectify that.
Yeah. Forgive me, Mr. Buteros. Yes, I don't know if you are you're probably not seeing me. But I am seeing you, and I assumed that you were sort of crafting a magical avatar that was just sort of a draconic shadow.
No. That's where we're at right now. That's the sort of current situation.
Was there a curse put on you or something?
I mean, not necessarily a curse, but I feel like you ever get one of those operational things where like you have sort of guidelines, and then you have certain people under you that maybe take a shortcut. Don't exactly do what needs to be done. Like, you're familiar with that?
Yes, I am.
I'm
very familiar of late with that. I should put that down.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So. Not really a curse, just more like a improper.
How did you become two-dimensional in the first place?
Well, I don't know. Like I'm not sure. I'm feeling a little bit like you need to tell me a little bit more in order for me to kind of. No offense,
genuinely
but
asked me no questions at all, Mr. Pateros. But
all right. Well, how do you know so much about all this stuff?
well, I'm a sort of an archmage of considerable knowledge and expertise.
And so, did you inherit that wealth, or did you?
Well, I had many advantages when I started off, but my parents were not archmages. But I had the good fortune of being able to sort of study it, and it was mostly from.
So you'd say that you're like a self-made mage?
Well, I would say many people helped me along the way, so I would not take all the credit myself. But
Okay, I know you. I know you're. Yeah, you got you. Like that's you have to sort of.
I can't
that's
tell
what you have to
you're a
say.
Shadow. Are you picking your nose right now, or are you tapping your talon to indicate?
No, I'm giving you a little one of the
like one
of here.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
No, I know it's. I mean, do you have any of that cocaine?
No. Well, no. In any event.
Fairy dust.
Yeah. Well, so Mr. Pateros, are you Yes, so yes, I'm a mage. There are means of sort of restoring people who've been trapped in fewer dimensions. I'm still not quite certain if it wasn't a curse. I mean, I can think of a few ways someone could wind up like that.
Okay.
But I don't...
Well, all right. So, yeah. So, I mean, basically, we were supposed to crawl up. We were in a shadow realm. We were supposed to crawl up a stalactite. We didn't do that.
You got out without climbing a dimensional stalactite? Were you in something that they referred to as a prime shadow or an under shadow or a first shadow? Was that what happened?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Wow, that is...
First shadow.
Well, you seem to go some places then, Mrs. Pateros.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Well, there are in fact... Yes, there are some. There are ways I could. How many entities are affected by this?
There's I don't know, like 3 or 4 of it. I lose track. There's a few of us. I don't really focus on them, but more than 3 probably. Right. But this occurs to me, like, what do you know? Do you know anything about Sorry, what was the dragon the name of the dragon that made the wish that caused the thing?
Oh, Iador?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard of the name Iador?
Only recently. I've been sort of looking into the Wish World cluster more than I'm sort of studying some of the domains there.
Why is that?
Well, because of this Nightmare Rider. He's been Are you familiar with a plane called Volcrum, Mr. Pateros? No. You would be. That's where the Grim Hunt is from. They're the ones who came and killed everyone.
No, I'm not familiar with that. Tell me, what's Volcrum?
Volcrum is a plane where if you were a dragon, they recently launched a campaign against sort of dragons and came and I think attacked Wyrmloth and did a lot of things. They were repulsed, and I recently sent a crew there to sort of thwart them from finding sort of those barbarian hordes, from finding yet another very problematic leader, which was in fact this Nightmare Rider that I was telling you about.
Wait, this is that group from Vulcan you sent a crew to intercept?
Well, no, the group from Volcrum seems to have disappeared. I think I heard they went into a dreadland somehow. They were sort of lured into one and pulled into one. So the point being,
that sounds nasty.
Yeah, their forces were stopped.
They returned. Yeah,
stopped
cold, you might say.
Certainly. And they were sort of massing for another attack, and this Nightmare Rider was trying to gain them as a new army, and my forces went in and prevented that. Prevented the Nightmare Rider from gaining this army, because that's sort of my main thing right now is this.
So wait, this Nightmare Rider was doing an attack on Wyrmloth?
No, the Nightmare Rider was trying to gain the shattered army that had failed to hold Wyrmloth to use for
I see.
So I was sort of
okay.
Oh, did you miss that one too, Pierce? Did you miss Monday?
Yeah.
That's what you... Yeah, I think that was our most recent one of that. Right? Yeah, you weren't there for that.
God.
Yeah, that's what happened. So we prevented that from happening. So now
Thank Christ.
So the point is, Mr. Pateros, you know, that's sort of what we've been up to. But in any case, I'm now familiar with the idea that yes, there was some entity called Iador who put a curse on all dragons and made them. Are you a dragon of Wyrmloth, Mr. Pateros?
No, I'm not. No.
Understood. So you know the dragons there, they're sort of like irrationally greedy and needing of sort of stuff, and they sort of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's irrational. I just feel like, you know, we all have base desires, right?
Well,
like,
so in this case, it is irrational because it was imposed by someone else, and it's only to his benefit.
I mean, I guess but I feel like for a lot of them, it probably feels like it's like it is natural though. Like it's like they feel like
natural, but it's
no, it's like all they've known. So
Mr. Pateros, do you want my help?
Restoring
yourself from. Oh, right. So,
I mean,
right.
If that's something.
Well, you said
what's going on here?
You said you could help me. Is one thing you said. What is that? What were you offering there?
Oh well, I wasn't thinking I was. I thought this was a wrong number. I thought I was calling somebody else.
Oh, I see. Understood.
Yeah.
Well, are you willing to help me with a mission or two, in exchange for this transformation?
I mean,
Ellen, we haven't picked up a side quest in a long time.
I know.
We've been on the main plot for too long.
I mean, if you can like give some assurances, yeah. I mean, I think that that would be.
Well, all right.
That would work.
Very well. I think I am sensing. Oh, there seems to be a teleportation cycle. All right, yes, I'm going to sort of pop into you through sort of dreaming in a moment here. I'll just, all right, and he sort of disappears.
Okay.
And you, if you want
nailed
to,
it.
If you want to move out of that substance, you can sort of step back, kind of move back into the room, and you actually see a flash on the teleportation circle behind you. Standing there is a man in his 30s. He's in a white suit with like a gold tie, and or is it gold? It's red. He's in a white suit, and I can't remember if it's a gold shirt and a red tie or a red shirt. Something like that. He has a white bowler hat on. He has like an umbrella, a white umbrella over his thing.
A little bit much. Okay. Yeah.
He sort of sees you, and he looks around for shadows, and says, "Mr. Pateros, hello."
Hello there?
You're hearing this echoing, and he'll sort of start shaking. Then he sees the on if you leave the shrine.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
He sees this one shadow form and another one kind of moving up and says, "Oh yes, which one of you is Mr. Pateros? Who was I just speaking with?"
Yeah, that would be me.
It's so odd. I can hear you, and yet you're sort of echoing. It's as if it's only the shadow of your form and the echo of your voice, because you're not. Oh yes, you're really only the reflection of what you are. You're not even present. Oh, there's another one. You said this happened.
Yeah, there's a few of us.
Yeah, there's a few of us. Yeah, so what do you think?
I might have spoken to before. Whatever this shape is here.
I'm sort of recognizing your outfit. It's very distinctive.
Yes. I think I recognize your voice. I'm not sure you guys ever actually saw each other. I think it might have been a voice only thing, but you recognize the voice certainly.
Sure.
And the vibe. He'll sort of move down the thing though and say, "All right, so let's see how many of oh, what a beautiful oh, I know this. This is this. I know this. What is her name? This is her whole.
Agataline.
Right, she's a dream dragon, and this is why the Draconics put this. Okay, I know where I am. Sorry, I walked in here and said I almost think I understand what it. Now I get where I am. Okay, perfect. Well, except for sort of. So just to clarify. Oh, hello. Oh, there's 5 of you. Hello, Henry Lovestone. Nice to see you all. All right, so there are 5 of you, dragons here, who have been sort of transformed in this way.
That's right.
Mr. Pateros gave me the rundown. Let me make sure that I'm getting everything correct, Mr. Pateros. Tongart, give me a detect vibe on that, or a read person on that.
A read person, sure.
Yeah. You do get to change one for free.
Yeah, I'm just deciding which I want to have a third degree success in.
Sure.
Let's go with gemstone. That seems a little better than talisman.
All right. Henry is saying, I want to make sure I'll get all this right. What he's really doing, you suspect, is he doesn't totally trust this first person he's talking to, so he's going to check in on what your situation is, sort of thing. So as I understand it, you dragons managed to venture into a world of pure shadow, a first shadow, prime shadow, something like that. You exited quickly using impressive magic, however you did so, without sort of ascending a dimensional staircase, thus reverting to a full form, and now you will hear only as shadows and echoes cast against walls bouncing off of a cave. Is that basically what has happened to you all?
Yeah, it sounds correct.
And so I'm actually I'm a sort of magician of some ability, so I could help you out of this situation. Your friend Elon sort of was saying to someone else, I presume Hecatoline, now that I realize where I am, that maybe you could help one another. Oh, that's why the vibe in here is bad. She's missing a book. Oh, that's too bad. He kind of walks in and looks at it. Oh, that's a shame. Well, anyway, so the point is, I can assist you with this, and what is it your Mr. Pateros was sort of not giving me the full information. What is it what are your goals? What is it you're doing? Do you serve anyone? Are you your own masters? What is your sort of general? What's your mission right now? I suppose.
Well,
our mission is to stopping shadows. Really.
Your mission is stopping shadows. Well, all right. That's ironic that that's your current
yeah, I mean we're self-possessed. To sort of answer that question, we're not really under the auspices of anyone.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're not like we are not leveraged. So
it's delightful to not be leveraged. Even so, clearly, if you entered a deep shadow on purpose, you clearly are looking for something. You don't go down there for nothing unless you're sort of incredibly reckless.
Well, we I believe met who we were looking for. We're looking for a master of shadow master or something like that or other.
And you're asking me questions about Shadow Master as well, about Iador. You're trying to fight Iador? Do I take is that correct?
Well, I think it's more like preparing for Iador to come for us, more than
understood. All right.
Because I mean, I gather you seem to know a lot, and you're standing in Wyrmloth, so you must know about what has been done to Wyrmloth.
I've learned of that rather recently because I've been sending people. Elon can fill you in. I was explaining. I recently sent a team to Fulcrum to do some other matters because of their failed incursion into Wyrmloth because their whole leadership got pulled into dread. I've been keeping some tabs on the Wishworld. Oh, sorry, you asked me earlier. This is the Wishworld cluster. That is sort of the multiversal cluster that you find yourself in case. In case you ever wonder, Wishworld is your prime material plane, you're a secondary material plane. So, there you go.
All right.
So you're aware. You
can you tell us a little bit more about this Volgrim thing? This is when you were preventing that
Nightmare Rider, that's correct.
What's he to you? Like what's
an uncertain enemy who seems to be causing a lot of trouble in a lot of places, and one we're sort of looking into.
Like doing what kind of stuff is he doing?
Moving, creating new dreadlands, changing their boundaries, pulling places into them. Also in some occasions, pulling dreadlands out of the dreadlands and sort of causing a lot of trouble. The Shadow Elves. I don't know. You probably don't really interact with Shadow Elves very much, do you?
No, not too much. But yeah.
They are very agitated about this. They're very concerned about this sort of borders and boundaries and things.
Yeah.
So any sort of you said you were in the have you escaped from a dreadland?
Once.
That's very impressive that you've done that. Clearly, you're formidable. I mean, you're 5 dragons of. Well, I suppose it's hard to say exactly how big you are, given casting your shadows on the wall. But even so, you're clearly impressive individuals.
Yes.
But
thank you.
Oh, hello. So yes.
But this, yeah. So you were. I'm sorry. You were interrupted. You were saying that this nightmare rider is causing a lot of
trouble and
headache.
Sort of
a lot of headaches for these shadow elves.
Shadow elves are very upset about it. They're very on edge. They're very punchy, and they're beginning to act out irrationally in their own way. Basically, this Nightmare Rider is causing a lot of trouble in a lot of places, and I'm trying to stop him because I think there's even more nefarious things at work.
I don't mean to interrupt, just so I can sort of track where we're going with this conversation.
Yes.
Is there a reason you're here and a reason you're telling us about the Nightmare Rider?
Well, your friend asked for help, and he said, "If you help us, I'll help you." He was talking to someone else,
So
but I
you
said,
need us to just
"If you'd
go-
like me to restore you to your forms, I might have a mission for you." But I'm trying to understand what it is you're doing and how to, I'm not. I recognize people are busy. I mean, if you don't have any missions currently going on, I could go send you on something around here, I'm sure. But if you, do you have interplanar travel by any chance?
Yeah. That's how we got out of...
Like, oh yes, I'm actually able to. Oh, that's how you got out.
Yeah, we've been around, so hopping from one plane to another hasn't really been an issue for us.
All right. Well, that's all right. Well, yeah, I might have a mission I could send you on, sort of in exchange for.
You want us to go kill this Nightmare Rider?
Yeah, the Nightmare Rider exists on many different planes at once. It's sort of not that simple. But I might have.
So we'd have to go plane to plane and kill him in every plane?
I would not. That is a disproportionate request for restoring you to your forms. I'm not unreasonable. However, there may be a bastion here within your cluster that you could go and sort of take out for me. In exchange for it.
A bastion?
A bastion, a sort of. He might have a stronghold. He might have some mission that he's doing here, and I could sort of send
It's
you
a...
on to
Oh,
sort of break that
this
down.
is sort of a specialty of yours, Alon. He's asking us to do a hostile takeover.
Oh yeah, I mean that's and you also mentioned that like what's the deal with that like that doll thing again? You mentioned the doll. We have seen
Maisie.
these doll
Have you
things.
encountered a doll called Maisie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we met a bunch of worshippers of them.
The competition.
Yeah, we had dolls like this, and I'll hold up the little, like, corn husk doll.
Yep, that would be. Yeah, that's her, all right. So
That
she's-
isn't from here, though.
Oh, you don't.
we
You
encount-
can hold up a shadow of it.
Yeah, so, yeah,
Say,
sorry.
that looks about right. Was it red?
It's-
What color was the dress?
Well, this is just like a little corn husk doll,
Oh.
but we did see a version, I think, kind of what you're talking about, and we sort of sat through a bunch of sermons about it. And
You sat through sermons about it. Do any of you remember anything from those sermons?
Sure, and I'll I don't remember them right now, but I remember they were some of the not benedictions.
The
Oh yeah, like may
uh,
dread be with you or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
do a compose create to recite those.
Sure.
You can add your religions, add half your religion bonus because it's not a
Okay.
religion of Wyrmloth, but you sort of can probably remember some text in that setting, so you get 6 dice
Sure.
on this.
That, let's see, that is a triple success in gemstone, and it should have matter a secondary success in artwork.
He says, "Oh, wow, all right, that's from his straight up. Okay, all right, thank you. That's actually very helpful. It's much appreciated. Where did you leave them? Are they still here? Do you know if there's any? Have they been?
Well, they weren't here on Wyrmloth. They were on Mondavoo, I
Oh,
believe.
Wishwield itself. All right, yes.
And yeah, they just had taken over an old church.
All right.
And we met.
In low rent.
We left them there because it seemed relatively harmless. I didn't detect anything actually supernatural happening there.
Oh, interesting. That's how they came.
And
Yes.
but we did run into a bird demon
Oh.
walking down the street that seemed like he was on the way there. To the
what?
I believe slaughtered him.
Oh.
He
That's...
was kind of hot.
Oh. Well,
He definitely had a bit of charisma. That is true.
as they often do. Well, that. All right. Henry pulls out a little gold book.
No, 100%. I don't remember him saying slaughter, but slaughter was implied.
You got the impression. I'm fully on board. This is good information to have. Appreciate this. Yes, that's very good. Thank you. That may be worth following up. Probably not worth your services. All right. Well, yeah. So what is it? I don't know. So you're just adventurer dragons going around here. There. You don't have any.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is that
goals.
Iador situation, but
The Iador situation. Or what?
Yeah, yeah.
What is the Iador? I mean, the Iador is as the one who sort of has shifted this. You think Iador's coming for you?
well, yeah. You see, look, we're trying to undo something Iador did, and it's gonna upset him, I think. So we're just sort of preparing and trying to mass power to be ready for that fight when it happens.
What are you?
We don't want to fight with Iador, but he sort of shackled our whole home to some sort of curse and changed.
Oh, so you're a dragon of Wyrmloth?
Well, not anymore. Not technically.
Oh.
Technically, we started here. We were born here. But if you were to sort of check our, I guess, our sort of our papers now, it'd say we're from Vanda.
Oh, you sort of warped your reality. That's impressive.
But this is still, I think we all still consider this our home.
You're trying to. Are you trying to undo Iador's curse?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, Mr. Patera.
Well, we have differing.
We're all moving in direction, but we have disagreements about where we're the ultimate destination is.
Let me think for a moment.
So, like I think it comes down to there's two sort of schools of thought happening here. One is that a dragon should choose to be what a dragon wants to be, and the other is more of a Gordon Gekko side of kind of ideology.
I'm sorry, a gecko, like a familiar, the gecko.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Yeah, you know that famous gecko that.
Yeah.
What do any of you know about Rumono? Any of you ever gone there? Traveled to Rumono? No.
No, never heard of it.
Have you been to Vulcan?
We have not. We were, I believe that was an option on but we sort of chose to. There was sort of a party leading Mondavut ahead there.
Have you ever gone to Fesseting? Fesseting is a sort of plane. It was a sort of
Taurus the donut planet?
It is shaped sort of like a donut, but with sort of.
Yeah, we know all about Fesseting.
Oh.
We haven't been there, but we know all about it.
Interesting. There's some. I nearly sent a team there to investigate some shadow. I don't know how current that is. Whoa. All right. Here is what I'm thinking. You all are, for the most part, considering destroying Iador. Is that correct? Which is not a considerable thing. A Shadow Master, there's.
Well, again, our quarrel. We don't really necessarily want to destroy him, just his curse. And we feel like that's gonna.
No, that's the only way. A Shadow Master, you'll have to destroy all the shadows that they've split themselves into. That's the only way to sort of undo it.
Well, I guess the simple answer to your question is yes.
Understood. You're committed to that. You're going to do that.
Majority, yeah.
All right.
But you're doing a lot of thinky faces here.
I am. I'm trying to sort of, well, I always find people do their best work when they're awfully motivated. All right. I'm prepared to restore you into your sort of normal draconic forms. And I won't even send you specifically on a mission because in this plane, I've literally just sent people here to sort of deal with the situation in Vulcan. So right now, there's not anything pressing in the Wishful cluster. I could send you to Fesseting. There's sort of a thing there that can maybe make some, but I think it's sort of dated information. It may, you might go there and whatever base you were going to look at has already been deserted, kind of thing. However, Iador is a Shadow Master of the soul. One of the shadows of this form will possess a penumbra.
A what now?
A penumbra.
An extra shadow?
It's sort of kind of the edge of a shadow, like a sort of a glow, sort of shadow glow, is sort of the idea. One of these shadows will sort of possess this penumbra. This is a sort of anchoring thing that a Shadow Master can use. I need... If you're already going to destroy the shadow, I need you to get that penumbra for me.
You want us to trap a shadow for you?
Not trap the shadow, just capture the penumbra.
And what is that?
Sort of spellcasters or mage users or things.
Mm-hmm.
I can explain the process. It's rather easy.
And how does that help you?
You will then give me the penumbra.
No, but like, and what? But like, for why?
Well, it the Nightmare Rider is a thing of fear and dread. Shadow plays a big role in its abilities. The penumbra of a Shadow Master is a key element of its sort of its magic. The penumbra is sort of the kind of like, it's sort of like the light around the shadow, the sort of partial illumination. It's sort of like a space of double space, sort of like a liminal sort of element.
Mm-hmm.
And I can use that to sort of create a weapon I've been thinking of.
Oh.
So would you get us like a mirror or life trapping or something like that to grab it?
I think like that. It probably wouldn't even need to be that sort of complex. I think there are sort of crystals that could sort of capture it, or even solidify it. Let me think about that for a moment. The point is, if I give this to you, I'll turn you into this, and you will choose whatever form has this penumbra. You will determine which form has the penumbra, and you will go after that one and capture the penumbra for me. Turn it over. That's the deal. The penumbra in exchange for your bodies going back to normal.
And you'll return us to our bodies first.
I'll return you to your bodies instantly. I'll trust you to make your best attempt. If you're
I'm
not going to call it off on you or anything.
I have a just a small counter here.
I'm listening.
In doing this, is there something that might screw over the Shadow Elves?
Might screw over the Shadow Elves.
I mean, we've had to. So I wasn't being entirely. We know of the Shadow Elves very well. They're real prickly. They're kind of jerks. And to be honest, I think they're a little bit too big for their britches. I think they need to be knocked down a little bit.
I will tell you this. I don't know that. I'll simply tell you this, Mr. Patel.
Or even this, I'll be even a little bit more specific.
All right.
The woman who, the new Shadow Master, the new Queen of the Court.
There's a new queen. Oh, wait. That was from Wishworld as well. Yes, my team recently went and spoke to the new an envoy of the new Umbral Queen. What was his name? He was a new Mist Warden. There is a new Mist Warden, and yes, this plane has a new Mist Warden. They told me his name, and he was very irritating to them. They found him very imperious. Bisperus was his name. You guys all met Bisperus, by the way. Bisperus was that guy, Elon, just before you went off and did the stuff. Bisperus was that new Mist Warden who came in and was really...
No, I'm talking about the former... Wasn't the former Mist Warden now promoted to... Like, didn't she take over?
Yes, that's
correct.
What
I'm talking about.
But Henry's telling you that his team just encountered Bisperus, who is the new Mist Warden, who you guys also met.
Yeah, so what is it with... I mean,
right. Yes.
Mist Wardens, am I right?
Yes. It seems like, well, the Mist Wardens are... I mean... They're understandably very upset because the sort of boundaries have now been weakened to the Nightmare Rider. I don't... Our team is often at odds with Shadow Elves, if that helps. Our team is often harassing Shadow Elves, not only in your cluster, but in others. A recent mission sent them to... They were literally at odds with the Shadow Elves, and we've thwarted them from... being able to sort of manage the Dreadlands. We just thwarted them and their ability to sort of manage the Dreadlands however they want, the boundaries.
I mean, is there anything else that we could maybe do as part of this bargain to, kind of...
You're welcome to
petty
Shadow Elves as much as you want, I suppose, if one of these shadows is in their realms. and you wish to sort of harry them while getting the penumbra, you could do that. But I don't know where the penumbra will be. I don't know if that Iador to know what the forms are, and I can't really look into that now. But you're certainly welcome to sort of the Shadow Elves may, if the Shadow Elves find out there's a penumbra on the thing, they may try to get it, so you can, stomp any of them who try to come take it. But I don't know. I don't have a mission against the Shadow Elves sort of ready to go.
Basically what you're saying is there's nothing you could do to, harry or make their lives worse.
I don't have any.
Depose, coup, sort of.
No, hold on a second. Fine, he'll sort of look here. Let's go back to downtime options to the last times. God, it would have been so many before that he would have been telling you guys to go there. Hold on. No.
The seal one, right?
Yeah. No, the seal one was there. That's when you met Bisperus. But I'm trying to find, when was he sending you? God, we've had so many sessions of that. Is what the craziness is. When was he going to try? When was he sending you guys to? When did you guys vote? When did you guys not vote to go to Fesseting 3 times in a row? In the glow of the poisonous shadow. Oh, but yeah, so he really doesn't have a mission there. Betty Bilebelcher had been on Fesseting. She subsequently left, and you guys already encountered her. So he really doesn't even have a mission to send you on Fesseting. So he says, yes, there really is nothing I could do to sort of send you there. I'd rather have the penumbra, honestly, at this point.
It does sound like, Alana, we might run into some Shadow Elves.
I'm just hoping that so he's saying that you can't, there's nothing you could do to sweeten the deal for us. I'm saying we'd be happy to give you the penumbra. I just would hope that you would maybe do something that would, Well,
I'm giving you your bodies back, which is magic that you almost couldn't do without returning to that dimensional stalactite, which is...
that seems problematic.
Because it'd be a mess, yeah. You'll
all right.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I know when a deal is done.
We have a deal.
What do you think,
Yeah,
Conrad?
sure, why not? Yeah, well, sure, why not?
Dragons.
Happy to help.
Sort of
I accept.
You accept. All right.
What are we doing?
I'm gonna be restoring your normal forms.
Great.
So
I don't need to hear the rest. Whatever. Just as long as it's about me getting my body back.
Well, you're going to go on a mission, but these other dragons have
you have no idea.
I don't.
We have so many missions.
Oh. Right,
No, I mean, sheesh.
Yeah, we've worked with a lot of people. We've made a lot of bargains and
Our network is vast.
Well, let's try and raise this one to the top if we could, please.
And now we know you, so you're part of our network.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
yeah, we tend to work on whatever the most recent thing is. Seems to be the most pressing. So right now you're at the top of the list.
Yeah. No, we got plenty of bandwidth for whatever you need.
All right. Henry will spend that much, and he'll also spend an extra. He'll spend an extra 5 of his power. I wonder if 6s or 7s are better for this. You know what? He'll do 6s because he's sort of giving you the memory of your body. So he'll get a 5th degree success in Trinket. Basically just cast a bunch of spells. You guys probably sit there for a while like, what the hell's going on? But then you do, in fact... Actually, that's a fun one. You sit there and, nothing feels different. But then, Elon, you sort of look over and see Shishu. In front of Shishu's shadow, and suddenly you look down and see your own claws. And it's like, oh!
There we go.
There you all are. There we go. You're back. Oh, I'm so sorry. Were those... What's going on with your... I shouldn't phrase it like that. Is that how your hands usually look? Your hands are ooze. Your hands are black, shadowy ooze.
Well, no. I did eat an ooze while in the first shadow.
Okay.
And then I lost my hands.
Oh.
And now I guess these are my hands now. Can I like touch things with them, or do they just?
They're like if you put them together, if you put them together, they do kind of seem like one thing.
But they are like it's not like, so if I like touch my arm, I feel it and I grip it.
You can grip it. You actually it's like haptics, but you don't have like a normal sense of touch in those hands. It's like you can tell that you're touching things, but you don't have.
It's like when your hand falls asleep, you're aware that something's happening, but you don't feel it.
Or it's like you're feeling it in a controller or something, not in a. You're getting haptic feedback.
Yeah. So no, it's not normal.
I can't imagine it. But your shadows had those. Your shadow.
Yeah, this happened. My shadow was dripping earlier.
Just making sure I didn't do this on accident.
No, this is not. This is the. I believe we call these the ramifications of our actions.
Oh, all right. I don't. I'm not sure I have a quick means of fixing that, because that seems some. He kind of like starts like peering into the cracks between your stuff with a. I'm not sure about that. Yeah.
Henry, typically when we enter in one of these arrangements, the task giver typically gives us something magical to aid us on our journey that would help us with that task.
Oh, that is true. Actually, everyone has always given us some sort of magical item.
Oh, I'm going to give you a collection device for the penumbra.
Oh, say that again.
I'm going to give you a collection device for the penumbra.
Oh yes, yeah, but I'm talking about something else, something beyond that. I want to so badly negotiate this after the fact. This seems like such an Elon thing to do.
All right.
Yeah, that's how I got some. I guess that is true. That's how I ended up with some dwarven plate.
Just a typical sort of like wondrous, legendary objects, artifacts.
Elon, go ahead and do a charm roll, or persuade. I guess this would be more persuade than charm.
Charm, okay.
Elon, it's I guess. Oh, charm is better. You can do charm. That's fine. Your charm's better than persuade. I get it.
All right, I'm going to. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Man, I am all about the full houses here. Let's see. Pool. Entire pool. Get a bonus. Change one after it's been rolled. There's not there. We don't really have anything that like allows us to keep and then do a reroll, do we?
We do. You can spend. You can spend 3 power to reroll, and then 1 additional power for every die you want to keep.
Oh, I missed that. Okay. Why not?
Oh.
I want this badly. I'll spend 6 power.
Okay.
Okay, that'll work. That is a quadruple trinket.
Quadruple and trinket. Okay.
And triple coinage.
Well then.
Quadruple trinket, triple coinage. Henry will sort of kind of listen to this argument and say, so basically, usually you sort of get some magic things in exchange for doing things. That sort of.
Well, it's mostly basically it's like a sort of something to ensure that the task happens. I mean, yeah. It's like kind of like an advance, it's like it's like a profit share sort of thing.
Well, I would say
like
that
there's equity and
I've already sort of given you your payment in that context, in the sense of you'll sort of tap your scales.
Yeah, right. No, I'm talking about something more
extra.
More than
so sweeten the deal after we've already made the accord, sort of thing.
Exactly.
Understood. Sure. One moment. He'll sort of step aside and kind of,
could none of it be sentient?
None of it be what?
Sentient.
Yeah, we've had some issues in the past.
Oh yeah.
Okay, sure.
No sentient magical items, please.
All right. No sentient magical item. Okay. Henry's your high success rate here has amused him less than, convinced him. But that'll it's better than nothing, I suppose. All right. Yes, I need to find you need to get you want to make sure you have some sort of capture device that penumbra. But anyway. Okay. All right, just rolling real random magic item here for you. I don't know what Henry's about to pull out and grab for you. You can roll a d20, Andrew, since you're the one doing this.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
You can take the Wyrmloth out of the dragon. No. You can take the dragon out of Wyrmloth, but you can't take the Wyrmloth out of the dragon.
I mean, to be fair, though, that's literally what I'm trying to do with our mission.
A 20, huh? Okay. 20th thing on the thing. All right. Okay, that's kind of funny. He'll say, okay. Well, he kind of pauses and looks at you guys and is like, okay, yeah, why not? He says, all right, so first of all, let's see, this sort of, I'm actually going to give you a couple of these because I can sort of, so you've got some options. These crystals here, see this?
Yeah.
These crystals are capable of sort of absorbing light and absorbing certain shadow, and the penumbra will sort of be this kind of glow around the shadow. It's kind of the near shadow around this entity. You can say the command word, and if the entity is sort of harmed or destroyed, in the instant it's destroyed, you can say the command word and try to capture.
What's the command word?
He'll tell you whatever it is. It's some magic word.
So we have to destroy the shadow first, and then we can capture. We can't capture it. All right, I just want to know the order of operation.
I would not attempt to use this on the shadow if it's fully sort of, aware and alert, but when it's pretty banged up or while you're destroying it. If you destroy it, it will need to be very fast, because otherwise, to sort of capture the penumbra. But I've attuned these to the penumbra. You want to know the magic word? Okay, hold on, I'll tell you. KTWUP. It's Kitwup.
Kitwup.
Kitwup is the command word for the crystals.
Okay. I mean, I would have probably gone something with pineapple or.
I didn't.
But that's fine. No, that's cool.
It's Kitwup.
Yeah. I get you. Legacy magic. Am I right?
I feel like I've been to a Kitwup one time. I feel like it was a good time.
There you go. So anyway, here's a couple of those. Just that way, you have a couple in case one fails, or whoever's there. Sort of spread those out amongst yourselves.
Okay.
As for the item.
Yeah. The shiny thing. Yeah.
I don't know. It's a strange thing I'm sort of handing you here, but it's
Yep. Yeah.
It's an interesting item because it's sort of not. All right, here we go. He pulls out this. Very honestly, Shishu, it looks like the kind of thing they wear at music festivals. It is a floral crown. It is like a beautiful flower crown.
I instantly changed my chameleon skills to obviously perfectly complement this thing to justify me wearing it.
Right. So, just so you know, this is not a great item to utilize, but it is powerful and has some magic on it. If you put this on, you will automatically believe any illusion that you see is real.
What? Same. Okay.
Yeah, there you
I'll
go.
just wear it for now until we find the person, the entity.
No, it's good. It's good. No, I think we just keep it in the hoard.
Sure.
I mean, I could just wear. I mean,
You want to wear
why
it?
do you think they invented jewelry so that you can wear your wealth?
Yeah, but aren't you gonna? That's gonna, I think, not be great. That's fine. Sheesh.
I put it on. Do I feel anything, or do I have to attune to it?
You don't even have to attune to it. It's if you're wearing it, it happens. As soon as you put it on, every single you look back and that like mural that's like kind of glowing and animated. It looks like a window into that world. All over, it is a real trippy thing.
Shishu is tripping balls.
Every single book, all the illusory sort of things on those books are like you think they're just you think everything in here is real to the max.
Well, I recognize that. I recognize that look.
She's like double rainbow guy right now. She's just like everything is so beautiful.
Yeah, I recognize that look. There was like this patch of in the orchards. There was like this patch of mushrooms that would be grown. We didn't harvest them or anything, but every now and then, like I'd see some of the bipeds trying them, and they'd have that look on their face.
Well, there you go.
If I look at Tongart's hands, is that an illusion or is that actually real?
It's just upsetting. It's just upsetting. Yeah.
Oh no.
Bad trip. Henry says, well, all right, so
that's great. I mean, that's good. No, that's perfect. So
luck,
so shiny.
Good luck.
So shiny and exciting. No, I go and I vigorously give him a strong handshake.
Oh yes, talon on. Yes, to grab 2 hands for your talon. That's fine. Yes. Well, nice work. That's a strong grip you have there since you're a giant dragon. Well, thank you for your sort of assistance with the capturing that penumbra. That will be very useful to me. Once you have it, does someone here able to cast sending?
Yeah, I can do that.
You can just tell me you have it, and I can come collect it or send someone for it.
You can't cast what's real.
Right. I don't recommend wearing what you're wearing. I think it's a sort of not a great thing. He has just told you this ahead of time because he was like, I'm not gonna freak them out. But like a creature, if you succeed on a DC 20 nature or perception check or cast a detect magic spell, using 3rd or higher, you will tell what this does. Otherwise, anyone who puts it on will think all illusions are real. So it is a real mess with someone,
So Shishu knows what the hat does, but she still puts it on and wants to believe it's all real.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then she throws up a little bit, but she hasn't really eaten, so
you throw up some more of that shadow wall that you ate through.
Yeah. Just a little bit of shadow wall bile.
Oh my god. Okay.
Like weirdly like blacker than black.
Henry will sort of tip his hat to you and just disappear, sort of shaking his head like, whatever, peace. Everyone regain another power because that at least took an hour. Actually, regain 2 power, everybody, from there. And but now you are back in your normal forms. From one.
Oh.
Whoa.
Mission accomplished. He's done.
Like, I'm out. I'm too busy. I got other stuff to do.
Got my magic item. Got what I need.
Got my magic item. I'm all set now. Amazing. You guys can all regain 2 power, and
oh, how wonderful!
But I think with that kind of, if you want to role play any more intense sibling decisions, or Shishu just.
I think that we've mended fences.
It sounds like you have, and the way to mend fences apparently is to just lie
give him
and
what
say,
he wants.
Give him what he wants the whole time. And Jesus Christ, bad news. Well, on that note, I think we'll end the game there for the night.
All right.
Some progress was made. Henry, that
quests were taken.
I feel like that really turned. Yeah, Henry decided to not give you another quest. I think he was just viewing this group as like, is there anything I can get of what they're already doing? I'm not going to send, I just can't. I have no anticipation that sending them on another mission is going to work.
You say Henry thought that. I feel like Philip thought that.
Henry sometimes gets messages from another plane. Sometimes Henry is sent a message from this even higher plane that says, Henry, let me tell you what the best idea is. And he'll say, okay, that's what happened there. So yes, so Henry will, but in that case, yes. So we'll wrap the game there. And you guys have the crystals to capture the penumbra for him. If you so choose to honor the deal, or you could just not. You get the impression he's busy, so he probably might not come for you. But Shishu has a cool new way to make stuff real. It's probably really fun for like a 3D movie. Like really makes the 3D movie real.
It's like the best 3D glasses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. But no, in that case, I think that's where we'll end it. So thank you all. That was very fun. We have some other games on the channel that I'll plug real quick. Tomorrow night, guys, what is the current count on the burgers and fries? That's all that matters. Where are we at on burgers and fries here? No, he's gone again.
Yeah, he came back, froze instantly, and now he's gone.
All right, as of now, ladies and gentlemen, burgers and fries remain with burgers having a 1-vote lead over fries. We went into the day with burgers having a 1 vote. There's 4 votes for each, with 2 hours and 21 minutes left. So there you go. We'll see. Will they beat up rude gamers every round tomorrow, or will they find relics in eerie surroundings? We shall find out. Well, we'll know that later tonight, but or tomorrow morning. But we'll see which one they do and how it goes tomorrow night. So we'll be back with Dreamlands tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. On Wednesday, we have the very first actual game. Andrew's not here to reference that he's also in that, but we will have our very first game of The Deck of Long Lost Things, which is our new D&D game.
Right.
So some very fun stuff. So yeah, come join us for that if you are able. I think it should be a lot of fun. And then on Friday, more Blood from a Stone. Blood from a Stone has been arguably too horny of late, but I think that will be tuning down a little bit.
Really? Even
because they had an orgy in a coffee shop, and then they got trapped in like a dungeon where the bondage restraints were animated. It was a lot.
That sounds like a lot.
It's a lot. It's whatever. I can't. It's just what the dice are telling us to do. Slash us sickos playing. But that'll be fun. And then a week from tonight, we will see. I assume that the dragons, a week from tonight, what I've imagined the dragons will do is return to the Cave of the Haven to sort of speak with those other dragons and tell them what they've learned and say shotgun mission with the penumbra, because that's.
I really doubt we'll go check in, but we'll see.
Okay, well,
I feel like that argument will be made.
Yeah, and then you'll just do something very different.
Words will be uttered.
Well, I will say you don't know where any of those shadows are, so you will need to at least communicate with them to find out. Sure. I would say. Last two BF Blood from a Stones are there's been some stuff happening in the past couple. So yeah, check those out, and then week from tonight we're back with this. So go to our Discord to interact with us, our YouTube to watch old episodes, our wiki to see how all these games intersect. Follow all these wonderful people on social. Anybody want to plug anything specific today?
Yeah,
I am not cooking anything this week.
Okay,
understood.
Then I will do something on Andrew's behalf since Andrew's gone.
Yeah.
Andrew and I believe will be streaming again together. Which I believe the game is called So Glad You're Here. It's the game we were playing last time that Matthew Barry is in somewhere. We have not found him yet, but it's very funny. That game has been so unbelievably funny in a way that's like so difficult to do in game design. But that'll be on Andrew's channel. Andrew is trying. And I believe we're going to go for Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Oh.
That is the plan.
Very good.
As for my point of this, my Manzukasing for this, and just thinking about everything to do with Alon Bateros tonight, I'm going to recommend a movie about another difficult businessman.
Uh-oh.
Which is The Founder.
Oh wow.
Which is a fun movie with Michael
Elon Energy.
Keaton
He's the founder.
as Ray Kroc.
Ray Kroc, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a very good movie.
guy.
I wanna
It's
see
a
that.
very good movie
I like that one a lot.
and wonderfully upset.
Yeah.
Very fun. And then Andrew, yeah, I did just say 11 a.m.
You're
on
muted,
Tuesday.
Andrew.
We can't hear you. Just nod your head. And it's we're so glad you're here, right? That's the name of the game. No.
Thank God you're here.
Thank goodness you're here. There you go. Thank goodness you're here. That's it. For whatever reason, I cannot remember the name of this game.
There you go.
My internet died. My computer turned off. I mean, everything just.
Wow.
Just,
The worst.
You recovered
just-
quickly.
I don't know. Ghosts flew through. I was possessed. Yes, exactly what Pierce said. Yes, I'm so glad that you plugged it though.
Yeah.
Well, glad to have you back for even a moment here as we then head off. But thank you all so much for watching. This has been very fun. And well done, Dragons. I'm glad the Vuteros really made a genuine, meaningful breakthrough.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Elon, man. Elon is... I really was amused
worst.
where Elon was like, I'll go talk to the Dream Shrine. And I was like, this is who should do this talk. This is absolutely who should make this deal. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Self-made mage. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much. Until next time, on behalf of all dragons, don't heat your eggs before they're ready to hatch.
Ooh, very good.
Good night.